The chamber
We stand at the
smelled like
threshold of a
recycled
new
oxygen
era.
and old
Our
arrogance.
unity will shape the future. Let us
Ambassador
act
James
with
Mercer
courage.
stood at the center of the Galactic Council's Grand Forum, a colossal ring-shaped station orbiting the neutral star of Kepler-7, where 42 civilizations had gathered to decide the fate of a 43rd. The walls shimmered with bioluminescent panels, each one representing a member species. Towering Veth delegates with their six-armed silhouettes. The crystalline Orions who communicated through harmonic vibrations. The ancient, slow-moving Drox who had been spacefaring for 11,000 years. And then there was James. One human. One vote. 0 allies. The motion carries, announced High Arbiter Zen Valos, his 4 eyes scanning the assembly with practiced indifference. The species designated Homo sapiens is hereby denied membership to the Galactic Council. Furthermore, humanity is barred from accessing the interstellar trade corridors, the quantum relay network, and all Council-protected star systems. A murmur rippled through the chamber. James didn't flinch. He had expected the rejection. What he hadn't expected was what came next. Additionally, Zen Valos continued, any civilization found providing technological assistance to humanity will face sanctions. There it is, James thought. They're not just closing the door. They're bricking it shut. He straightened his jacket, plain gray, no medals, no ceremonial armor like the others wore, and leaned into the microphone one final time. Noted, he said simply. Then he turned and walked out. President Laura Holt read the transmission twice before setting it down on the Oval Office desk. Outside the window, Washington was golden in the afternoon light. Ordinary. Beautiful. Completely unaware that 70 light-years away, 42 alien civilizations had just decided humanity wasn't worth knowing. General Marcus Webb stood across from her, arms folded. They expected us to beg, he said. They expected us to disappear, Laura corrected. She picked up the transmission again, then deliberately placed it in the shredder beside her desk. Schedule a full session with the Science and Expansion Council. We're done asking for seats at other people's tables. Marcus allowed himself a rare smile. And instead, we build our own table, she said. A bigger one. The ship was called USS Defiance, and it was magnificent. Commander Ryan Cole stood on the bridge, watching through the panoramic viewport as the construction of New Providence Station neared completion, humanity's third deep space hub, positioned at the crossroads of 6 uncharted star systems. Systems that the Galactic Council had deemed economically irrelevant. Systems that humanity had quietly, methodically, turned into something extraordinary. Commander, said Lieutenant Diana Ortiz from the navigation console, we're receiving a signal. Ryan raised an eyebrow. From Galactic Council frequency. She paused. It's High Arbiter Zen Valos. The third one to hold that title since the ban. Ryan walked slowly to the center of the bridge and clasped his hands behind his back. Put him through. The holographic display flickered to life. Zen Valos looked older than his species typically aged. Or perhaps that was just the weight of what he was about to say pressing down on his features. Commander Cole, he began, his translator perfectly rendering the words in flat, formal English. The Galactic Council has convened an emergency session. It has come to our attention that the human sovereign territories now span 14 star systems, operate 3 independent trade networks, and have made first contact with 11 species outside Council jurisdiction. Species who have signed exclusive cooperation agreements with Earth. That's accurate, Ryan said. Furthermore, Zen Valos continued, his voice tightening, your independent quantum relay grid is now faster than ours. Also accurate. A long silence. The Council, the High Arbiter said slowly, wishes to discuss the possibility of a mutual partnership arrangement. Ryan let the silence hang for a deliberate moment. Behind him, Diana was biting back a grin. Engineer Tom Briggs at the systems panel had gone very still, listening. High Arbiter, Ryan said finally, his voice calm and without a trace of bitterness. 40 years ago, you didn't just reject humanity. You isolated us. Sanctioned anyone who helped us. You assumed we'd collapse without your corridors, your networks, your permission. Zenvalos said nothing. We didn't come back to the table to beg, Ryan continued. But we're not petty either. He glanced at Diana, who pulled up a prepared document on the holoscreen. We'll talk. But this time, humanity sets the terms. The High Arbiter stared for a long moment. Then, slowly, he nodded. Epilogue. Somewhere in the archives of the Galactic Council, the original rejection document still existed, stamped, certified, and filed under insignificant species. No further action required. Someone had added a handwritten note beside it, in English. They were wrong.